Yay! The stream is working. Oh my god, no technical problems whatsoever, guys. Oh my god! Now I have no music. We're just gonna go with that again. How is everyone doing this most patalicious Wednesday? I just had to remind myself there really fast. Yes, we are in fact going to be having girls kissing live on stream, uncensored hand holding. Only on the Remi, the Dreamfox channel can such lewd displays of public affection can be seen. Yes, yes. Truly, truly what a time to be alive in. But first, let me distribute the first headband, which belongs to not Tony, actually. Not Tony gets the first pass. Pat! Pat to the not Tony. Pat to the Devin. Pat to the Tango Mango. Yo! And pat to Boar Dude. Hi, guys! I never figured out the crashing problem, so I just need to turn off my mice. Not hit alt tab, and then we should not crash. And I'm sure I will not make a mistake and do one of those things and make my computer crash again. Boys kissing is better. Respectfully disagree. This is a Yuri household. The Yaoi household is across the street. But hello there, Roxy, and hello there, Turbo. Good to see all of you. We started this game last week, but alt tabbing out of it crashes the game. Clicking out of the game crashes the game. It also crashes everything else on my computer. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I need something more chill. Ah, yes, this is most indubitably good. Yes, yes. Acting like we can't have both, it's literally impossible, boy. It's literally impossible. Nope. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's impossible. But anyways, I suppose we should, like, you know, get right into it or something, right? Why are the noises you make so hot? What noises do I make? I made the pat sound effect. I coughed and died a little bit. You know, it's a mixed bag. Bro, what? He's powered by the Yuri. Goddamn right I am. Let me move you guys over here. I'm gonna move myself here. And I am going to... Well, that's right, I'm gonna activate my lighting first before I launch the game. Because as soon as we launch that game, it's like... we're like tightrope walking without a safety net. Then that's kind of scary. Just kind of scary. Pat, 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 pat. Lighting effects are good. And there we go. And then I'm gonna hit the game scene first, and then adjust myself first. So I take up an appropriate amount of space. I don't want my giant head getting in the way of the girl kissing bits. But thankfully I'm like... Okay, that should be fine. Alright, so I'm gonna turn off the music. I have you guys positioned correctly, so I shouldn't need to do anything. And Steam's not open. Okay. Okay, updating. God damn it. Remi, why you echo? I'm echoing? I don't see an echo. Let me pull up the stream. There's an echo. I'm gonna tweak out. Let me pull up the... Why is there an echo? Is your double audio? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? For real? Oh, where is that coming from? Are you serious right now? For real? Oh, where is that coming from? Why does it sound like I'm in the bathroom? Oh my god. Okay, well, does the music echo? That should tell me there's something. Hold on, hold on, hold on. That should tell me there's something. Hold on, hold on, hold on. That should tell me there's something. Hold on. It's literally just the microphone. Why? Why are we doing? I want the girls kissing. I don't want to freaking do troubleshooting. I'm gonna open up Go XLR. Okay, I just hit the button a few times. If I am still echoing, scream once. Was it echoing in the other scene? If I go here, wow. Echo. Am I echoing? Where did you guys go? God. And God. And God. And test. Pat. And test. Okay. Okay, now we're in the game scene. Okay. It's the game scene. Something's funky with the game scene. There is nothing different at all. Like, huh? Okay. I'm going to have aneurysm. What if I close that? Did that do the trick? Let's see. Aneurysm. What if I close that? Did that do the trick? No, we didn't do the trick down! Why, God? Why? I literally changed nothing from last time. Why is it doing this now? Tangia Furious. Hold on. I want to read your guys' stuff, but I also don't want to annoy you guys with a double echo. This is a Remi stream. There's always going to be troubleshooting. Oh, hi, Swayze. Pat. I feel like I'm entering the Remi zone. The RDA is the first Avatar movie where there was... Huh? It's like the more Remi tries, the funnier game, the worse the technical issues get. Yeah, literally, VTube Studio crashed my computer before I started. So now we have this. Okay, so our audio source is chat here, and if we go in game, our audio source is... Oh, don't look at that. Our audio source is also the chat microphone. But this is also broadcast stream mix? That's not right. Is it? What did I... Eh? Did I do the trick? Test. Eh? Did I do the trick? Test. No, we didn't! Freaking names. I don't want to delete it. What if I just delete the microphone? Delete the microphone. What? Delete the microphone. Okay. I have no audio indicator. It doesn't say there's audio coming through on my end, but there is. You guys hear me loud and clear? Question mark? I don't understand. I'm gonna just undo that really fast. Never mind. Apparently undo doesn't work. I had so many audio effects on that. Come back. Oh, there it is. Oh, thank God. I had so many freaking audio effects on it. Maybe that's the reason why. Streaming PC sound. What if I turn that off? And pat. PATPATPATPAT. What the hell? Where is the extra audio coming from? Where? Current game? No. It's like there's a hidden audio source somewhere, but it doesn't say what. Is there like a unhide all? Yeah, unhide all. Let me expand all of this out. There's my microphone, and that's the only source. And if I mute it, there's no other source. Oh my god. How much of a difference is that? Oh my god. How much of a difference is that? Oh my god. How much of a difference is that? Okay, do I sound normal now, guys? I mean, all my very cool fancy audio effects aren't on it, but I mean, no other source. But I got one in the chat. Hey, can I get it? Yeah, I'm streaming from the gaming computer because the streaming computer decided to not function. So that is technically something different compared to last time. Let me see if I can, if NDI this is deciding to work on it. No, nope, still not working. Okay, really cool. Really cool. We're just gonna wing it like this. I can't see my own audio, but that's fine. We don't need to see your own audio. We're cool like that. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go right here. I'm ready to play some Euro games. I'm ready to watch some girls kiss. I'm ready. My body is ready. My ears are ready. See these things? Incredible. I'm gonna scoot a little bit more. No audio visuals. We die like men. We kiss girls. Okay, guys. I think I'm ready. Blackberry honey. Launch. Yay! There it is. Again, the screen is not sized correctly, but I'm not going to alt-tab to fix that. Okay, so where were we? We are big booba maid that got sent to be made. We are totally broke. And we kind of have a bad attitude, and we kind of are angry at everyone, especially her. We've called her a bunch of bad things, and literally she's been nothing but chill with us. So I don't know what the problem is, you know. Let me see my team. What a huge honking pair of eyes she has. My goodness. Wow, that tea is still scorching hot. I just burned my tongue. Wow. It got me a little bit awake though, I'm not gonna lie. Toast didn't forget about the stream. Don't worry, all we had was troubleshooting. So what did we do? Oh yeah, we cut our finger because Constance, the brat that we're not babysitting, being a maid for, was like, go pick those roses in the far rose bush, and we're like, okay, I guess I have no choice. So we did it, and then we cut ourselves and we bled everywhere, and then she's like, what are you doing, idiot? Stop bleeding on the ground. And we're like, sorry. And we go over here and try to fix the finger, and this lady is like, what the hell are you doing? And we're like, nothing. And she's like, let me fix your finger. And we're like, you're so stupid, I hate you. And she's like, stop being an idiot, let me see a finger. This isn't girls, because shut up, we're getting that. She got a pair of cannons. Okay, I don't know who's speaking. Other than narration, I think. Maybe she should have done. I don't know what the context is. So So the parlor maid knew her name, though she insisted on using a silly nickname for whatever reason. But Lorana didn't know hers. Oh yeah, sorry, she's just a parlor maid. Maybe she should have done, considering she had been at for 4 months. But the parlor maid's name was strange and foreign. It was difficult to get her tongue around. I remember this part. Gosh, those words are really difficult in your mouth to get your tongue across. Maybe I should help you with but my tongue in your mouth maybe I could help with the vocabulary. Why should she need to know her name anyway? They weren't friends. Lorana wanted nothing to do with this insufferable woman trying to help her. How dare she? But all the same. Okay. What? What are you doing? Taking care of you. Like I said I would. But why? Because I don't believe you can take care of yourself. I know, I gotta put a Gaussian blur on the handholds. Oh my god. Also, it was brought to my attention, you didn't hear this from me, guys, but there is downloadable content for this game that is free, that is additional content. Yep, still hot. That tea is still hot. But yeah, it's got some additional content, if you know what I mean. A sort of patch, you say? Indeed. And every single positive review said, I think the comments were lesbian Lex. Yes, the hand-holding DLC. It's still hot. You got, oh, and the tea, right? The irony of it being additional content when it removes certain things from the characters. Well, yeah, we remove certain things but in new situations and new content. Wow. Anyways, Lorana, that's quite an assumption of you to make, and not a very polite one either. Why should I worry about being polite? I'm polite enough to Lady Lorande, though I don't think she deserves it. One gets awfully tired of minding their manners all the time. You agree with me, don't you? That's besides the point. So you do agree. How lovely. Now hold still. The parlor maid's hands were soft and smooth, and her fingers were slender. They were the hands of an artisan. Now those hands were holding Lorana's. I must do research on this. Anyone have a feeling? I was being begged. Oh, I'm blowing the tea. I'm drinking mugwort tea, guys. I forgot I got mugwort tea. It is tasteless and bland, but it gives you enhanced dreams. So I kind of want some dreams. Maybe I'll dream of Yuri handholds, you know. Wow, I really should have put more honey in that, or anything. Anyways, Lorana felt herself shivering, and not just because of the pain. Oh, her right hand was still bleeding, but gently. Doesn't guy just hate it when you bleed gently? Ugh, so annoying. The bloodshed was so slow and lackadaisical. What a word. It was almost relaxing. I got jasmine tea, yo. There's nothing quite like some good old jasmine tea. Quote Uncle Iroh. Now, what is this? It's blood, ma'am. A parlor maid's lips were inches away from the shell of Lorana's ear. Her breath tickled. I don't know. What is... What do you think it is, ma'am? Do you see this? Why are you whispering that in my ear? Lorana nodded dumbly. How did you do this to yourself? Did you fall into the rose bush? Was it intentional? Then you were pushed. You could say that, I suppose. Was this one of Lady Constance's whims? Yeah, she wanted me to pick some roses for her, but got hurt in the process. Evidently. I'm gonna choke and die here. Mugwort tea is very Yuri Maid coded, is it? Man, please, she's bleeding. I'll get her a bandage, please. Like, can I get like, I don't know, get like a fire truck red bandage, maybe? The parlor maid clicked her tongue against the roof of her mouth. Lady Constance doesn't care for flowers, you know. She's an exceedingly careless girl. Hello, hi, Gush Reality. There's nothing going on here. Hide the hand holding, hide the hand holding, quick! I'm aware of that. Then why did you go along with her selfish request? She was only trying to make you miserable. Then it seems she was successful. Look at what happened to you. What you let happen. Okay, look, chill. I beg your pardon. You heard what I said. You were late, Glish. I was first. He did claim the first pass. Is that a thorn? No, I accidentally stabbed myself up a microscopic or what else do you think it is? Do you not see the CG? It's right there. We even zoomed in. You heard what I said. I did, but you couldn't have meant it. Why not? I didn't let this happen. I didn't want to cut myself. You just what? Yep. Lorana opened her mouth and closed her mouth, but no words came out. When she needed them the most, they abandoned her. Dun. No, I see no response is forthcoming. How disappointing. Anyways, let me attempt this. I never asked you to, but I will, because if I don't, it will get infected and you will get sick and you will die because this is Victorian England and we don't have medicine. You'll probably put some leeches on you or something. I don't know. Fine. Go ahead. So probably hurt. I hope you're prepared. Do your worst. Was that a challenge? Take it however you want. I believe that is your role, my little Lori. What do you... Blah! Lorana jumped. A sharp burst of pain flared up in her afflicted finger, as though a match had been struck against her. And then, all of a sudden... There we go, that should take care of it. The parlor maid pulled the thorn free. Blood began to trickle from the cut. It was brighter than ever. It was so red it was almost dizzying. Almost, but not quite. It was almost at your threshold, but not quite. Now let's get you cleaned up. Lorana followed, obedient as a child, as the parlor maid led her to the ceramic sink. There, she turned the tap on, and a steady stream of water began to flow. Yes, that's how sinks work. Bratty maids I can tolerate. Homosexuality I can stomach. But being British? My good word. By the time they spent looking at the Victorian England, she probably would have caught 15 different diseases. She began bleeding profusely, and for some reason her skin turned pale, but I panicked and tripped. This might sting a bit. You can handle it, can't you? ridiculous. I thought so. Yeah, big girl. Oh my god, I'm going to die. The parlor made small smile. Did not abate. That's not the word, is it? Like debate, except abate. Oh, that's right. I just realized I'm using the mouse. I'm gonna. Let me get it off the screen first. Yeah. There we go. Now, this feels weird. I got my hands like wiggling and wobbling around. Throw things at Remi is not working for some reason. I hit update on tits. All right, I hit update. It was updating in the background. And I am incapable of doing anything to fix it. Wait, do you see my hands? No, you don't, because I'm waving them in front of my face. I can't touch the mouse. I can't touch the keyboard, or else the entire computer crashes. Yes, scammed. Yeah. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? And writing, bruh. Why is there so much sexual tension over a finger cut? Parlor maid's smile did not abate, even as Lorana's fingers spasmed beneath the water. Lorana glared at her beneath her eyelashes, her shoulders trembled. Why are you glaring, girl? Jesus. You, how dare you help me? Yeah, what is it, dear? Lorana gritted her teeth together. The words bubbling up within her... The words bubbling up within her breast were treacherous. Why are the words coming out of your breast, ma'am? They come from your lungs? I need to speak to the writer really fast. I'm sorry. Amy! Amy! The words come from the lungs, not the tits. That's not how anatomy works. Can't touch keyboard or mouse, David. No, I'm touching the keyboard. I'm touching the space bar. That's my one button I need for a visual novel. But if I click off of the screen like I did last time, it will crash literally everything. I need to reboot. Like I had to reboot like 8 times last time. And if I alt-tab, that will also crash as well. The writing makes Lorana so angry and grumpy, and the art makes her look generically soft. Yeah, no, we're kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. We're just kind of angry at everyone around us, even though they're trying to help us. But anyway, the words came from her boobs. She would never have been able to say such things to Lady Constance or Lady Leonard for fear of losing her job, but she could say them to the parlor maid. The parlor maid was the only one Lorana could take her anger out on. That's why we're so bitchy. I don't like you at all. I'm not a tsundere or anything. Oh dear, how sad. The parlor maid sighed. How could you say that when I'm trying to help you? Yeah, for real though. You don't want to help. You just want to blow. Or shows game is in minor malware. It isn't. It's made by Ebi. She is a well-known Yuri and Yaoi artist, a game creator. I think she's made about 15 to 20 Yuri games. However, she likes boys love more. She likes Yaoi instead of the Yuri, but unfortunately for her, the market doesn't really there really isn't as big of a market for Yaoi compared to Yuri. So alas, that is unfortunate. She's also the one that made the game It Gets So Lonely Here, which, you know, the game with the mermaid and the princess that eats you, and that's still a really good game. I think you misunderstand something, my little Lori. But unlike you, I don't do things unless I want to. What is that supposed to mean? But you can't live life like that. You're supposed to be a maid. Answering the whims of others is your purpose in life. I will decide my purpose in life. Thank you. That whole stuff. Lorana's blood continues. But my God, how much blood have we lost? There's been like 15 to like 20 freaking comments about how much we're losing blood. How are we still conscious? Good lord. Her boobs started getting angry. Is not a sentence I thought it would make sense in any kind. The water soon washed it away, muting the color until no more trace remained. Well, that settles it. The parlor maid took a neat step backwards, running a hand through her dark hair. Action seemed carefully calculated somehow, and it made Lorana feel uneasy. Everything about the older woman was unsettling. She was helping me, she was polite, it was nice, she treated my wounds so I don't get sepsis and die. Everything about her is just so weird. And don't worry, there's no need to thank me. I wasn't going to, and I still can't stand you. I know that only too well. If you cared for me in any way, you might have tried to remember my name. Oh, damn, called out. For future. Okay, can you really blame her for forgetting? That's kind of a complicated name. Tawa? 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 Can someone get Princess Head PATPAT to say this? What in the hell is that? That is not an English name. It's like a Chinese name, isn't it? Like, you know, Tao, like General Tao from, like, you know, Generals, Command and Conquer.
Tawa.
Tawa? I told you it's totally Chinese. He's a Chinese Asian. Her finger lost so much blood that she started to play. Oh no, God, it's so cold. Tao? Tawa. Not that you care. Yeah, apparently not. Damn. The 2nd of April, Saturday. Several weeks passed, and Lorana had been trying to avoid Lady Constance as much as possible. Lady Constance has always been petty and vindictive, but she seemed more so as of late, and Lorana didn't want to get caught up in her silly temper tantrums. And Lady Constance wasn't the only one Lorana had been skirting around. Several weeks later, her finger's still bleeding. There was also the parlor maid. Damn, no, Tawa. Yeah, get her name right, narration. Tawa. Not that Lorana wanted to remember it. She'd far rather forget her. Lorana didn't want to remember how Tawa's fingers had trailed gently across her palm, or the soft whisper of her voice, at the strangely intoxicating scent of her orange peels. Wait, what? Huh? Oh, wait a minute. Let's rewind. Or the strangely intoxicating scent of orange peels and bergamot that clung to her skin. What? The hell is bergamot? I hated how she smelled when I sniffed her scent, when I put my nose next to her hair and inhaled, and I hate her so much.
Bergamot.
Bergamot. What the hell is a bergamot? And she certainly didn't want to remember her withering stare, derisive tone. Absolutely not. Oh, flashback. I remember this. This happened like 3 minutes ago. Why are we having a flashback? What the hell is going on? Look what has happened to you. Why did what you let happen? Idiot, stupid, smelly. How stuck up, like you're so perfect. Lorana gritted her teeth so hard, enamel threatened to crack. Chill, goddamn, take a freaking chill pill, girl, goddamn. And turned over on her bed. The springs of her mattress crack. There he goes. The icy air nipped Lorana's fingers and toes.
Let's reuse our assets and use a black and white filter. Sorry, bro. Our budget is like $2 and a shoestring.
Well, you see, all the budget went for the scenes that aren't in the base game. Oh my god. It's a type of citrus. Oh, okay. I never heard of it. Anyways, the icy air nipped Lorana's fingers and toes, and you gotta make mention of toes in the game, of course, making them twitch. As per usual, her blanket offered no warmth. Then why do you have a blanket in the first place? Nipped, you say? The icy air nipped. It ain't the only thing. Oh, Andermatt, could it really be? Liza Leto was curled on her side, arms wrapped around her pillow. Her long flaxen hair split across her bed. Some of it trailed onto the floorboards. Rapunzel-like. She was dreaming about the Alps again. At least some things never changed. Lorana watched her, picking out
Liza-Lot.
Liza-Lot. What a freaking name. Liza-Lot. Liza-Lot? Liza-Lot. Oh, like she lies a lot. She isn't from Switzerland. She's a freaking liar. It's in her name. Delicate features in the dark. Her pale eyelashes, her snub nose, her pursed lips, her long, wait, why are we?
Lisa-Lotta.
Lisa-Lotta? Not Liza-Lot. I like that better. Yeah, we're just literally just staring this girl down halfway across the room with her pale eyelashes, her snub nose, her pursed lips, her long hair, her delicate features, her... Lorana could imagine the children of Andermatt brushing Liza-Lot's hair for her and threading it through flowers, orchid violets, and delicate purple cremules. Yeah, where bleeds a lot. Like something from a fairy tale. Liza-Lot really did look like a princess. The other maids, meanwhile, were slightly less flattering in their some, but they're kind of ugly. Pauline snored. Isabella shifted, perpetually restless. Iffy had a tendency to lay so silent and still, like some sort of wax effigy. Lorana always feared she had died. Her thoughts really do be like that, aren't they? Ada, meanwhile, the young maid had weak lungs. Oh, my phone is at 20% battery. I kind of forgot to charge the phone before I started the stream, so hopefully it doesn't die. I'm now going to blow my nose. Hold on. I am so congested. Why does summertime and springtime hate me now? I never used to be allergic, but now I am all allergic. This is a scam. I want my money back. The young maid had weak lungs, and her soft, gentle snores were cracked and hissy. What? Her breathing was labored during the day, but it was even worse at night. She sounded less like a young girl and like an old man. Snore, 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 easy, 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 honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe. Lorana often felt sorry for Ada. Walking up a single flight of stairs was often enough to make her double over, gasping for air, and her lungs seemed determined to reject. Why are you working as a maid, ma'am? That's a lot of, like, you do a lot of physical activities as a maid. I'm just saying, like, you gotta, like, trim bushes, sweep, mop, cook. Probably some other things. Like, it's a kind of exhausting job, man. It could always have been worse, Lorana mused. She could be Ada. Hey, at least she wasn't Ada. Damn, we are a bitch. Tauha didn't sleep in the small, drafty attic room, which was termed the... I'm sorry, what? Which was termed the virgin quarters by the unpleasantly snickering footmen. Who are the footmen? What the hell? What? Laura was unique, worlds apart from the plain, boring English maids of bleh, or European in Licelet's case. England is European, ya freaking dingus. Taha's skin was a touch darker, her irises strikingly green, and her hair was black and silky. Footman is what I think Remi is. Look here, buddy. I'll have to give you credit for that phrasing. A rare flower surrounded by weeds. Wow, that tea is really terrible. I need to mix those with other tea next time. She was too special to mix in with the other maids, too important to befriend them, too aloof to even try. Mama, Papa, Daisy too, I miss you so. Taha was grateful and composed, while Lorana was awkward and flustered easily. Lorana couldn't imagine Taha ever allowing Lady Constance to boss her around. But that didn't mean she could treat Lorana so poorly. So, what do you mean poorly? Taha was handled Lorana carefully, like she was some kind of piece of some sort of precious instrument, yet she had insulted her all at the same time. Remi is many. You know, I'm a fox for one. I'm cute for the other. Probably some other adjectives. Or are those nouns? No, those are adjectives. Yeah, they're adjectives. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. Rah! Let's verb our way forwards. It was confusing. Endermet, my Endermet. It has been years, and yet. What kind of name was Taha anyway? Lorana had never figured out before she done when I showed it. If she couldn't understand the name, how on earth is she ever supposed to understand a woman in Tash? But Lorana didn't want to understand her. She hated her, didn't she? Straight as in front of them. Lorana bit down on her lower lip and turned over once more. She didn't care how tangled her hair got. She turned again and again, but no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't get comfortable. Just when her eyelids were starting to feel heavy, and she could almost imagine herself slipping into the land of slumber. I never wish to leave. I cannot. This is where I belong. Lancelot chose that moment to declare rather loudly for a sleep talker her continued allegiance to her beloved Endermat. Lorana's eyes twitched. She wanted to kill this hell for awakening her from her near slumber, as I would too, because what the hell are you doing screaming in your sleep, buddy? Fine, I'm getting up. Oh, Endermat. Shut up! Lorana stood up, her hair a disheveled mess, and glared at Lancelot. Even in her sleep, Lancelot looked perfect. Her face glowed with health, and her flaxen hair was full of life. Maybe it was because of Endermat. If Lorana had been born amongst the mountains and spent her youth picking flowers and milking cows, perhaps her cheeks would have had permanent roses too. All this writing, they've only said, yeah, she's kind of hot. Yeah, a 2,000 word essay to describe how hot the character is, except without saying she's hot. We're just like, man, she sure is pretty. That hair looks like phlox, or whatever we said. This girl smells like oranges. Yup. Then again, maybe not. Lorana sighed and massaged her temples with her fingers. She needed somebody to talk to, but ew, oh my, who could it possibly be in that case? Letter? Yeah, that seemed like a sensible solution. Lorana missed her mother. She missed her a great deal. She missed her sisters too, Ethel and Mary. She even missed little Alice.
Mine thoughts be like, man, I wish I could make my finger bleed more often.
She even missed Alice. Oh my god, is that an Alice mention? Oh my god. Who had been only 2 years at the last time Lorana had set eyes on her, and she would be 5 now. Time really does fly. The 3rd day of April, Sunday. Yes, right. And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled. Warmed, was it? To Lorana's fidget, frostbitten ears. Frostbitten? This is a pleasant idea indeed. The maid shifted on the pew, her fingers linked together on her lap. The pew was icy and seemed to bleed all the heat from her thighs, though they were pressed together. It was miraculous, really, that St. Mary's Church was so bitterly cold all the year round, despite the large amount of human bodies crammed into it. But perhaps the culprit behind it was pervading. But perhaps the culprit behind the pervading chill was not the weather after all. It was the venerable Vicar, one Reverend Martin Darby, when he surveyed his congregation, peering at them with the intensity of one trying to discern the oxygen within the air. All heat seemed to evaporate from the room. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of reading. My voice is struggling. Man, Princess Head Papa, can you take over for a bit? The 29th of May, Tuesday, Lorana was still bleeding, leaving a Szechuan trail wherever she went like a vampire or goth snail. 6 children drowned in her blood already. His eyes were such a striking pale blue, Lorana half tempted to believe they contained within shards of ice. He was very intense, but not worth commissioning art for him. No, he's a man. Men, ugly. This is a Yuri game, sir. Notwithstanding, ye give them to not those things which are needed to the body, the profit. But thou it profit indeed. Lorana wasn't entirely sure, but Reverend Marner made his rhetorical question seem of the utmost concern. The Reverend paused once more. He was fond of inserting large pauses into his sermons to let his eyes sweep among the assembled men and women in their Sunday finest. Not that Lorana, being a maid, had any Sunday finest. Her maid outfit, supplied by the Lenards, was the most sophisticated item of clothing she owned. Lorana knew some of the most esteemed men and women of St. Mary's Parish derided her for her choice in wardrobe, but she had little else to choose from. Marner. His name is Marner. A very interesting name. Even so, Faith, it shall not work, is dead being alone. But by goodness, the church was really cold. Lorana wasn't the only one attempting and failing to cease her squirming. Ada was in a similar predicament. Her shifting here and there encouraged a circulation in her legs. And the maids sat together during the service. Ada was on one side, Pauline on the other, Isabel, Lizalita, and the ever inscrutable oh my god, there's so many goddamn names. Blizz, pretty maids, as one might expect. We're all sitting in a row. From the service, I can tell it's a Lutheran or Methodist church. The maids of black. Right, for real, that's how that's how you say it, right? Right now, listen. God, winter needs to come already so I can stop being allergic to everything. Not that Pauline was particularly pretty. She'd always reminded Lorana of a horse. Oh my god, we're horrible. Scary Belle, even Scary Belle doesn't work. What the hell? A man may say, "Thou hast faith, and I have works." What does that supposed to mean? Well, Lady Leonard and Lady Constance were also in attendance, though they weren't seated with the maids. The maids of were relegated to pews near the back of the church, while the upper echelons of society were seated in the front. Should the apocalypse truly occur, Lorana had no doubts the rich and beautiful would be ushered up to the pearly gates first. That was just how things seemed to work. That's right, money buys you tickets to heaven, because you're sitting first. Getting through the gates of heaven is kind of a laborious process. It takes a little bit of time. So like if you're in the back of the line, it's gonna take a little bit, and it's like they might close up shop before you get there, and then they're like, all right, well, you're gonna have to go to hell, sorry pal, and then you're like, no. That's how it works, trust me. Shrew me thy faith, which thou works, and which will shrew thee my faith by my works. But there was one servant of Leonard household who was conspicuously absent. Tawa. Though other servants, all 23 of Jesus Christ, from cook to the balance to the coachman, attended the Sunday service religiously. Tawa had never seen once to make an entrance. And this is an Uma household. Horse dig is a compliment. She was 8 feet tall and extremely muscular. Lorana doubted whether that woman had placed so much as a single toe over the threshold of St. Mary's before, but she was not particularly distraught over her absence. It made it easier to focus, otherwise she would have been there in my thoughts, wiggling around like Flanders and Homer's bringing that one episode. It's like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Stupid, sexy Flanders. It made it easier to focus. Whenever Tala was around, Lorana's heart started to flutter. Her cheeks flushed. Her sound. She found herself feeling quite unlike her usual self. Oh, jeez. The letter residing in her pocket, folded neatly in place within the confines of her brown envelope, was proof enough that thou believeth that there is one God, thou dost well, the devil also believe and tremble. Lorana herself started to tremble. That woman was no Christian. One merely had to look at her to gauge that much. And her peculiar skin, her peculiar eyes, her peculiar black hair, there was something decidedly unsettling about that woman, even more so than the tone of Reverend Marner's voice. But for whatever reason, Lorana couldn't stop thinking about her and her stupid, sexy face. I'm still not used to the church services of you English. Was it that much different? Lancelot pondered, tapping one finger against her lower lip. While there was a significantly more amount of pyrotechnics back in Switzerland, we also had more blackjack and hookers. It's just part of our tradition there. You wouldn't understand it as an English. You wouldn't understand it. Lancelot pondered, tapping one finger. It was more or less the same, I suppose. Well, what are you complaining about? I rather miss hearing stories about Saint Verna. Who is he? Oh my, I see you English are not familiar with Saint Verna at all. I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell, sorry, buddy. Saint Verna, the Swiss saint. She used to be a nurse and she devoted her entire life to spiritual and physical care of young girls. Apparently, she was also very pretty. Lancelot beamed and clasped her hands together. I, too, wish to live a pure and devout life as a good Christian, just like my faithful saint. And she's lying, it's in her name, guys. Don't you have a favorite saint? Surely, if one wants to be a good Christian, you shouldn't pick favorites. Oh, I know, Papa said as much, but I can't help myself. She is depicted in the stained glass window in the church of St. Peter and Paul in my Addermat, and she looks very kind and benevolent, and not to mention her hair. There's so many goddamn names, dude. Oh my god, stop. So you like this for saint solely for her looks. That's awfully shallow. It isn't shallow, not entirely true. There's nothing wrong with liking pretty girls. There is not. Are we getting religiously gatekept in? Is there only one storyline or is this a multiple choice? I think this is a multiple choice. I saw while looking at the discussion, there was like, spoiler for this path. I didn't read it, but it said path, I believe. So I believe you had a choice at some point. Exactly. I support my saint who concerns herself with the welfare of maidens like ourselves. Sadly, I'm a woman, not a maiden. Oh, I think I'm a touch too old for your holy Saint Vernon. Saint Vernon would not discriminate, I'm sure. Alright, you're starting to sound like a saint yourself. Saint Lodi. I think Liza Lot would make a nice saint. She's nice enough, but I doubt she can perform any miracles. Oh yeah, none of us can. You know, I would have my biggest saint. I always wanted to appear on stained glass windows. You would look very nice. You think? I would suit you better than me. Pride is a deadly sin. Really? What? Is this news to you? I ain't a maiden. I get too much. That got filtered by YouTube. Oh my god. It predicted what you were going to say. It doesn't show up on the right hand side. Also, how does this girl not know about pride being one of the 7 deadly sins? I think so. What do you mean you think so? You won't be going down with attitude. I did not cause any offense, so sorry. The maze of Bleh continued on in this manner as they walked through the streets of their feet striking against the ground. Their feet striking, you say. Lorana's skirts, her Lorana's skirt, she's wearing multiple skirts, I guess it was like 2 skirts, swirled around her ankles, the letter inside her pocket, wrestling with each step. Ah, the letter. Lorana had been so taken in by Liza she'd almost forgotten. Excuse me, there's something I need to do. Something you need to do sounds rather suspicious. I promise it won't take a minute. If you're late by 30 seconds, you'll be jumping. Mr. Lester runs a tight ship, you know. You should know you're the one getting in trouble. I'm aware. I will be quick. Not that it concerns us, but the corner of Pauline's lips formed into an unpleasant smirk. Also, hold on, I need my... And also, let's not forget... And also, yeah, perfect. Now I feel like a Yuri enjoyer. Dom something. If you're late back, Lorana, we won't cover for you. I know. And so the gaggle of maids left Lorana behind, and they gaggled along to somewhere else. Thoughts of Tao were... Tilly? What? Where? What? I can't mess with the fox. He's got the Fujo look. He's too powerful. Okay, I guess she's Tilly now. I don't know how he got that name, but okay. As Lorana oh so cleverly termed her in the letter, weighted heavily upon the young girl's mind. And so we're giving her cute nicknames now. Ooh, she had to get a second opinion. Wow, I can't stop thinking about this girl I work with. She's just so stupid and pretty, and I keep thinking about how she smells. So consumed by Tao she had been and still was. She failed to realize where she was walking until it was too late. She recoiled, holding a hand to her cheek. Her jaw hurt. Had she just quite literally walked into someone? Oh, who could it be? Oh, you're not who I thought you were. My, you should watch where you're going, dear, or you might cause someone some serious harm. Nothing to say. Cat got your tongue. You didn't give me a chance, lady. Well, Lorana flustered and glanced down at the ground. It didn't help the woman she'd walked into was rather pretty. She had brown hair that put Lorana in mind of chestnuts. Her attire, meanwhile, was much like that of a schoolteacher, with a white blouse and a long, sensible skirt. She didn't look too dissimilar from Miss Anime Lady. Bro, there's been like 25 names so far. Chill with the names. Neither was she alone. Whoa, we got the big curly braids. A blonde girl with a disagreeable scrawl stood by the woman's side, her hands planted firmly against her hips. Uh-oh, it's brat number 2. Upon closer inspection, Lorana realized that she knew these women. She'd never spoken to them before, but she had seen them in passing on more than one occasion. They frequented the Sunday service at St. Mary's too. It was a small world after all, and Elzemir was smaller than most. She was definitely a brat. Yeah, look at that smug ass look in her face. You can't have that hairstyle and not be a brat. A smirk captured the older woman's lips. She surveyed Lorana with an undisguised amusement. Now that I look at you properly, you are rather lovely. She got brat braids. Villain detected. For real. Lovely me? Indeed, I'm quite fond of soft, shy girls. They even call her the haughty girl. Oh, please. Your kind are so very fun to play with, you know. Do give it a rest. The shorter girl rolled her eyes empathetically in the manner of one who must have practiced that gesture a good deal before in front of a full-length mirror. You should restrict your playing solely to the violin. I know, but when faced with a sweet young thing like this, how can I resist? You'll have to do your best. You know what Reverend Marner says. No more flirting of girls. You can't keep doing that. It's against God's will. You can't kiss girls. With God looking at you, he's gonna be all like, you can't do that. You can't kiss girls. But that's what you want to do. You're staring at me. You're like, soft girls are pretty cool. Pits of hellfire and eternal damnation. Yes, I know. Honestly, you need to start leaving pretty girls alone. Why don't my messages keep posting twice? I don't know. Why do you keep doing that? You're schizoing out, dude. That one posted once. Boo, that's so boring. The young girl pulled a face. Do you even listen when you attend church? Or is your head off in the clouds? I prefer to hum a little Bach under my breath while the venerable reverend goes on and on. It is true. It's sister. The younger sister shook her head, her expression incredulous. I have very, very faint memories of being like a small Polish child in very grand churches. And I remember never ever listening. Yeah, expect a Remi to sit at one place for like an hour and listen. I'm sorry, but that's not happening. I didn't get the girls kissing bad memo. Sorry, guys. Eternal damnation for the fox. The younger sister shook her head. Oh, it's a sister. Oh, thanks for telling me. Narration. Now I know. Her expression was incredulous. You are impossible. Indeed, star emoji. Excuse me, I'm still here. I apologize if I'm in the way, but I got to go somewhere. Oh, right, sorry. Well, run along. I trust I'll be seeing you in due course. A mischievous smile. Miss Lorena, wow. Ah, she knows me! She knows me! A 4th day of April, Monday. It was Monday, and Lorana found herself occupied with the arduous task of doing the laundry. The housekeeper, Miss Alicia Smith, had stripped a pile of bedsheets from the innumerable unnecessary guest bedrooms in Bleh. These sheets had not been slept in for years, and Lorana doubted they would be put to use in the immediate future. Why then did she have to wash them? To the young bedtime? What is it? Hold on. It's 9:15. What the hell? Let me bust out my melatonin. Bleh. Bleh. Bah. I'll stop dropping the melatonin gummies, guys. Pat, 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 pat. Well, I open up this new pair of magnesium gummies. I will apply a head pat upon my head. Yeah. If I do have a pair of very sharp scissors here, which I will not cut myself with. Some ASMR unboxing magnesium gummies. All right. It's really hot, guys. The tea's warming me up. Why then did she have to wash them? What the hell? Miss Smith's orders, however, were absolute. The washing was always done on Mondays. Miss Smith was a stickler for it, and it was an unwritten rule at Bleh. But perhaps it was not so unwritten after all, because Miss Smith had read about it in a practical housekeeping guide. What? Is there a weird delay on me? There was a weird delay on me. What the hell? Funky. Oh my god, my nose. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys. I'm tweaking out. I'm tweaking out. Ah! The girl kisser curse strikes again for freaking real. Why? God himself is intervening and making sure I can't play this video game. She was boiling the linens in soapy water, stirring them with a wooden stick. Me when I am on my wooden stick duty. Ha! Lorana sighed deeply. It didn't make her feel any better. This would be far easier if she had help. But Paulina, who was supposed to be aiding her, had swan off a good 20 minutes ago or so. Lorana had no idea where, or indeed if she would return. That Paulina, she was always shrinking her duties, all while complaining on how very hard she worked. Lorana would like to give her a taste of her own medicine, so she put a little bit of poison in her water. Oh, little silly man, just a little bit. If only she could become an avenging Valkyrie. But alas, it was just a maid. She gritted her teeth together. The smell of the boiled linens assaulted her nostrils. It wasn't particularly pleasant, and washing clothes never was. And curse Miss Smith for her draconic rules, and the curse Easton Wood for her stupid practical housekeeping guide, and most of all, curse Pauline for being so incredibly infuriatingly useless. And God, we are so angry. Loranda's forearms hurt, her forehead beaded with sweat, her hair stuck to her skin. I wish she always charged of the most physically draining tasks. Maybe it's because she was a new girl. Maybe because Pauline is underhanded dealing. Maybe it was because Lady Constance didn't like her. And maybe it was a mix of all three. But there was also rumors to take into account. They couldn't have helped in. Perhaps this was some sort of punishment, and everyone seemed to know what had transpired between Lorana and the Pickering family, even Lady Constance. Speaking of which, are you enjoying yourself, mate? Uh-oh, it's the brat! Lorana spent most of the game complaining and thinking about girls. You know what? I second that. For real, I think that has been like 80% of the dialogue. That's not even a joke. It's either us complaining or her thinking about how much she likes girls. Oh my goodness. Are you enjoying yourself, maid? Shouldn't you be in the drawing room? Where I go and what I do with my spare time is none of your concern. I suppose it isn't, no. Brat Prime. What about Brat Supreme? What you do with your time, however, is a concern of mine. It concerns me greatly. Are you working, or are you just standing there? I was taking a short break, miss. My arms started to hurt. Your arms hurt? Oh, how terrible. I am so sorry. Your arms hurt. Wedge. This is your job, maid. I have no sympathy for you or your complaints. Lorana couldn't believe that quite easily. The freaking double messages. Now I must be on my way, but if you think about taking another ill-deserved break, you know what will happen, won't you? I have a vague idea, miss. Good, then you're not as stupid as you look. And with a selfish little smirk, the young mistress turned and picked her way through the rose garden. It looked like she was searching for something. But what? Lorana watched with mild interest, her lips pursed again. Well, like Lady Constance has said, it was none of our business, and she's looking for my hidden treasure. The 5th day of April, Tuesday. Yes. Lori, have you heard the news? What news? Lorana, who had devised herself of her divested herself of her maid's garments and was in the midst of folding them, glanced over her shoulder and looked at Ada. What's poppin'? Ada was sitting on the edge of her bed, still in uniform. Her brown hair was tied into two stubby braids who rested against her shoulders. Though Ada had worked for longer than Lorana and had subsided on paltry meals for several years, her facial features have always been rounded. She was of short stature, shorter than Lorana, with a flat nose, rotund cheeks, and plump thighs. This girl be thick! Pauline and Isabel frequently teased her about it, and one of the footmen, a smug man with a rakish, wicked look, called Ada Miss Piglet whenever she was within earshot. Lorana, however, thought Ada's outward appearance suited her personality to a T. Her body was soft and warm, just like she was. I know this probably sounds silly, but last night, you and I've been hearing some strange noises. Strange noise? Like what? It's hard to explain. Footsteps, I guess. Well, it was actually kind of easy to explain, so I don't know why I said that first part. Is that so? Liza, who had been combing her long hair, set the brush aside and chipped in excitement. I have been hearing much the same. It quite disturbed my beauty sleep. Ah, you know what they say. What do they say? No rest for the wicked. Bow, 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 bow. My young girl on trees. I don't want to play Borderlands. So. I got bills to pay, got mouths to feed. You think the source of the noises may be wicked? Oh my. Do you think? Oh god, I did skip that. But I hope not. I mean, I've never seen a ghost before, but I hear they're quite scary. I got bills to pay, got mouths to feed. How marvelous. How exactly is that marvelous? Because ghosts are so very romantic. Oh, I'm afraid I don't follow. How can you not? You are English. Your country is renowned for ghost stories, yes? I think it's a lot of nonsense. Perhaps, but imagine, to love life so much you cannot stand to be parted from it even when your body goes cold. Isn't that not wonderful? Lizelot, with her Swiss sensibilities, had quite a curious understanding of the word wonderful. I have heard many ghost stories in my time, but to experience a haunting in person, that would be divine. I could ask for nothing more. And I'll keep my eyes peeled for any ghosts, but I am a bit doubtful. You're so admirable, Lorana. What do you mean? You, what do you mean? What do you mean? Ada's cheeks flushed a light pink. And thank you for taking me so seriously. A lot of people don't. Probably my fault. I'm always imagining things, so silly things that you lose focus, and I'm definitely not staring or I'm not looking anywhere. Quite. You always forget to sweep the staircases properly, Ada. I'm sorry. As you should be. Yeah, this girl's kind of a bitch. Mr. Lester gave me an earful about the staircase last night, and I was the one who had been assigned to clean them. Forgive me. I shan't. Damn. My back certainly shan't. At least I had to pick up after your mess again, and I am getting too old for this malarkey. And that isn't. Oh my god, she's still going. It certainly is not. Oh my god, and she's joining too. Oh my god. The carpets are filled with dust after you've beaten them, and you couldn't polish your way out of a paper bag. Oh my god, can we punch these girls? How did you become a maid anyway? Giggle, giggle. Don't want to cause any offense. Ada bit her plump lower lip and hung her head. She looked so defeated. Lorana scrawled, "You don't need to apologize, Ada." Lorana? Lorana had never cared for Pauline or Isabel. Between the two of them, they were just as bad as Lady Constance, but they were not rich enough to afford their airs and graces. They were snippering and syncopathic around Mr. Lester and Miss Smith, but they were downright cruel to her fellow maids simply because they could be. In a way, perhaps they were even worse than Lady Constance. Hello, Shorshi. You left when we were outside. What an unfortunate gap. At least she was unfairly rude and impolite to everyone, regardless of their social status. Look at that quality. You two. Lorana rounded on Pauline and Isabel. Ooh. Hardly have a right to lecture Ada. Oh, what is it? We touched a nerve. Are you gonna cry, Lorana? Let me drink your tear. What? No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna ask you to give it a rest. What a shame. You two hardly deserve to take that moral high ground when you waste so much time gossiping. If Mr. Lester gets mad at you, that's your problem. It has nothing to do with Ada. Oh, so you're trying to scold us, is that right, Lorana? That's right, I'm scolding you because you deserve to be scolded. I treat my younger sisters exactly the same if they had done anything wrong. What? Lorana, you don't need to. Oh, shucks. Ada might have seen Lorana as some sort of hero, but the valiant the valiant Jeanne d'Arc, but that wasn't entirely true. Lorana wasn't that selfless. She had more than a handful of her own grievances to air. That's the most see-through shirt I've ever seen that isn't actually see-through. great detail on her arm musculature, though. Yeah, right. That's really, really some intense arm details there. Wait, no. Why am I frozen? No! Okay, we're good. The gravitational mass of the ginormous booba freaking pulled me in. I'm sorry. You two have been difficult to work with ever since I could remember. Whenever you're meant to help me with anything, you wander off like you're too good to get your hands dirty. Where were you when we were supposed to be doing laundry this morning, Pauline? Where exactly did you go? Pauline, for her part, looked unmoved by Laurana's anger. Instead, she smiled smugly, her arms crossed around her middle. Punch her! Get back! I received a summons from Miss Smith. She had another, more urgent task for me to attend. That's what you say. Laurana's eyes flashed. But I don't believe you. Oh, Laurana, poor paranoid Laurana. Pauline smirked. She didn't look remotely moved by Laurana's emotional appeal. If anything, she looked even cooler than before. Okay, so here's the plan. We wait until she falls asleep. We take a pillow. And we just kill her. Just get it over with. I mean, she's kind of mean, kind of rude. Just go. Take her out. We got like 40 other staff in this mansion. Like, no one would even notice she's gone. Just me and Blahaj as the witnesses. Maybe PATPATPAT. But yeah, we can keep her quiet with snacks. And what? It's just a little bit intensive pillow reviewing with an up close and personal pillow. That's all it is. The most loose fitting shirt and tight skin. Glitches what counters too dang high. You just don't understand. What is it I don't understand exactly? You should be thankful that I Dylan to spend time with your kind at all. Who would willingly consort with a slut? Oh, what? You can't just tease me there. The 12th of April, that bitch just called me a slut. What? What do you mean? It took a week before Laurana's mother replied to her. During this week, Laurana attended to her daily chores in an unspeakably foul mood. Pauline's unpleasant accusation had been bad enough, but Ada's concerns over the ghost of Blet continued. The young maid was so anxious over the supernatural spectre, encouraged in part by Lizelot, that she was unable to sleep and has stolen... What? She was unable to sleep during the night, so she had stolen into Laurana's bed for comfort more than once. Oh my god. Laurana's bed was narrow enough as it was. There was hardly enough room for one person, let alone two. So but Laurana didn't have the heart to make Adam move. She was too soft for her own good. Oh no, we have to cuddle. Oh no. To further compound this issue, Laurana felt anxious around the parlor maid, Tao. Laurana skirted about her as though she was infected with the bubonic plague. Laurana didn't know why, but being around Tao was uncomfortable. Oh my goodness. Cuddles peak _ Remi indeed. Why did you blush at that? Why is she calling us a slut? What the hell did we do, dude? And this girl just pulling things out of her ass and... we should have called her a slut instead. I feel like that would probably be more productive. She said as much in her last letter to her mother, scribbled hastily with shivering, sleep-deprived fingers. I don't understand her at all. It's like she was mocking me, but for something I couldn't change. I know it sounds petty, but I keep thinking about her and just can't sleep. I don't suppose it's important. I don't suppose it's important in the grand scheme of things, but it must be if I can't stop thinking about it. And then guilty with her latest letter to her dearest mother was guilty that her latest letter to her dearest mother, nothing more than a list of grievances she had with Lady Constance, Lady Leonard, and the insufferable parlor maid. Lorana hastily appended, but enough about that. How have you been? How is Alice? How tall is she? It's been so long since I saw her. She must have shot up. Her mother's response had been gentle but quizzical. She opened her letter with some general chit-chat about Ethel and Mary and Alice, which was always a comfort, but then addressed Lorana's issues with the parlor maid, Tao. Or as Lorana had written, because she had no idea how to spell Tao's name, Tilly. Short for Matilda. That is... Tao was the most un-Matilda-like person Lorana has ever met. What? But I have to do... What? I'm so confused. Tilly was still better than Tao. Tao had called her Lori. Oh, the eepiness, guys. The eepiness. So, when are we hand-holding again? Tao called her Lori enough. It was tick for tat. Well deserved. And how do you get Tilly the front? Yeah, right? I mean, to be fair, her proportions look like they belong in a different type of visual novel. Well, you see, that's why I need the downloadable content. Want to see the goods? I'm sorry, dear, but I don't understand the problem. Her mother had written. It sounds like Tilly was looking out for you. Yeah, right. She might have been a bit harsh, but she wouldn't have said those things if she didn't care. Amy, you said okay, you become friends. A mere idea was enough to make Laura snort in disbelief. Friends? Her mother seriously thought she'd become friends with her. Maybe Lorana could have become friends with Tilly. Whoever that was, but Tao, there was not a chance. Not a chance in hell. Lorana would rather make amends with Pauline than try to befriend Tao. At least, that's what she told herself. I know what Remi's gonna play off stream. Look, I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything, okay? Like, I can't say anything. The Blahaj is listening, okay? Friends with benefits. Miss Amiva Warsh was the first governess Lady Constant had ever had. Names either was Sheila first before Miss Amiva. Oh my god, the names don't stop, guys. Help me. What time is it? I did want to have some like actual like chill and talk time. It is 9:36. I think I do want to sleep at a reasonable time. How do I turn this back on? I think that's right. I am memorizing all these. Yeah, right. Let's do a vote. I want to go to sleep at like 10:15, 10:30. So let's do a vote. Oh no. Gonna do that. I'm gonna have to reopen everything. Hi guys. So I think we just lost all of our progress in the game. As soon as I turned the mouse on, I'm like, okay, let's start a poll. Immediately clicks out of game. Yeah, I take that as the game is over. The game is in fact over. The game decided for itself. Let me just boot everything back up here. For real, how is the game's coding literally that garbage? They put in too much development time to the freaking size of their titties. It's a visual novel! All of that foreplay, yeah, right? We started off the hand holding and then we got 50 names dumped on us and then we didn't get anything else. Dang it, anything else, damn it. Then now, why won't VTube Studio boot up? Oh, because it's crashed in the background. I gotta kill it.